What's up, peeps? Julian Williams here at The Distance. Got a video for you guys. This is a post-fight to the Manny Pacquiao and Timothy Bradley. Now, my prediction was a split decision in favor of Timothy Bradley. Accurate prediction, for the outcome. I had Pacquiao, pretty much winning the fight by a couple rounds. But just overall, man, Timothy Bradley did come to fight. But just overall, I know a lot of people are going to be talking about this fight for the next few days, how Pacquiao was robbed, this, that, and the third. But just overall, man, all I got to do is pretty much give credit to where credit's due. Bradley came in, he worked hard, but I'm just going to pretty much break down the fight. Bradley got the decision. Pretty much, he stood up to Pacquiao shots. He returned the shots. He was there. He came to fight, from bell to bell, from the opening round. But if you take a look at the fight, of course, the more solid shots came from Pacquiao. The big difference for me in the fight, I know the interviews happening right now. I know Tim Bradley's foot was messed up in the fight, like in the early rounds. I know his foot was messed up and he was getting caught with a few lefts. And I mentioned in my prediction that Bradley does have a tendency to be hit with left hands. And he was hit with a couple solid left hands. But just in that opening round, I thought Bradley did enough work and let his hands go enough to win the round. But just going forth with the fight, in the first three, I had Bradley winning, 2-1. But in the fourth round, which was, the huge difference for me, or difference for the fight for me, I think the tide really started to change after that fourth round, because that's when Bradley got hurt and he got caught a couple times during that exchange. One thing I could tell you is Joe Diaz is I think he's a good trainer, but also I could just say, just judging by looking at what he was saying, he's being more of a cheerleader than being a trainer, talking about, yeah, you're winning this fight, fuck the pain, kind of Teddy Atlas style against with Michael Moore. And that's actually a fight I was thinking about when I was watching this one. I was thinking about Michael Moore versus Evander Holyfield. And when every time Moore went to the corner and Teddy Atlas, would have a speech for him. And I was thinking about that with Joe Diaz. And yeah, I have to admit that Bradley did dig deep in this one. He did he did have an injured foot. I don't think his foot was broken, but he did have an injured foot. But the thing was, he kept coming. And also there are moments in rounds to where in the first couple minutes Bradley was going in, he was doing his work, and then coming back on the outside, and then Pacquiao would catch him in a few exchanges. Pacquiao would win the exchanges. Pacquiao was also beating him with his footwork. His feet, like when Bradley's foot was hurt, and even before his foot was injured, Bradley had trouble keeping his lead foot on the outside of inside of Pacquiao's lead foot. Because Pacquiao's feet is so quick, and he was able to maneuver around the ring and kind of set up his shots a bit. And I did notice in the third round was when the first headbutt, what happened was, I think they were going into exchanging the bottom of Bradley's head had hit the top of Pacquiao's chin, and pretty much that's when the cut in the mouth started, when it started to bleed. But just other than that, I thought like in rounds when Pacquiao would kind of take rounds off and Bradley would kind of open rounds, all right, using the quick jab and smaller, in short combinations and working in spurts. I thought, Pacquiao did a good job of hitting them with more solid shots, and this, that, and the third, and so forth and so on. But in the later rounds, I think that if Pacquiao would have worked in the later rounds, he probably would have won the fight. Bradley did I guess get his rhythm in the later rounds of the fight. He did get his rhythm, and pretty much won the fight by a split decision. Just overall, I'm happy to see Tim Bradley get his fight and get the decision. But at the same time, this fight, I hope we don't get a rematch. Like, I was thinking when we were watching this fight that we were gonna get that. I was thinking, man, I sure as hell hope we don't get a rematch for this fight. I was gonna make a video and say, you know what, there's nobody else for Pacquiao to face. Let's see Pacquiao Mayweather next. But this is gonna continue. I see the rematch happening. Bradley got the victory. I'm happy to see Bradley get the fight that he wanted, and it is what it is, and we might need to watch the fight again without the commentary. But just I don't think it was the left hand that was the telling factor of the fight. I think it was the foot speed and combination of solid punches that probably could have won Pacquiao. That probably should have won Pacquiao the fight. But I have to watch this one again without any commentary. But it was, I don't know. I had Pacquiao winning it. So let me know what you think. That was the distance. Thanks for watching. Peace.